All right, we're live. Welcome back, everyone. J Bone here for Smash This Podcast. How's everybody doing tonight? It has been one ridiculous day in the world of professional wrestling news again. I was awake for an hour and it was already exhausting. Let's get into it, folks. And we're here. Let's jump in the chat here for a bit. Terrence, what is up? I just saw you over on the Twitter box. Mr. HD is here. Swag fan, hey. Polar family. The roller coaster is getting crazier. Folks, if you're a wrestling fan, please tighten your seatbelts because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Everybody getting friendly in the chat. I love it. Zach, what is up? Pound. Mega, pound. So we're going to talk about a few things. Oh, goodness. I just got my eye. Pineapple. What's with the pineapples? I can try to find it. Oh my Lord, it's the first one. Oh no, that's lemon lime. Do I have a pineapple one in here? Oh my goodness, look at that. Pineapple. So in honor of you, with the pineapple, I will bust out the pineapple lollipop. How about that? This is truly a good bag of dum-dums, let me tell you. There's all sorts of goodies in here. You know what I need to do? I need to get like a frosted mug and then just dunk a bunch of dum-dums in the mug of beer. And that'll flavor it up maybe or something. I don't know. Pineapple Pete. I like that Pineapple Pete. That dude one day on TV had his own Pineapple Pete t-shirt. Let me tell you, that is some marketing, folks. Wrestling right now is a roller coaster with infinite loops. Oh, just thinking about that made my tummy stomach. I think it just did a loop-to-loop itself. Okay, no pics of you tonight. No pics. Oh, no pics. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Zach. If you guys want to know who does all the lovely little jibba-jab and weird GIF and pics and all the stuff we've been sharing over on TNI, that's Zach Bonifer. That's his lovely little Photoshop there. Oh, Oh, excuse me. It's quite funny. Wrestling is on the Great American Scream Machine wooden coaster. Well, let's see. In my neck of the woods, that would be, let's see, just outside of Chicago, Six Flags, or whatever the hell they call it now. Great America. That wooden coaster is the American Eagle. That thing is about as old as, let's see, that started, I think, when I was little. I'm going to guess it's almost 3/4 of my age. I'm 46 years old. I'm going to guess it's at least between 30 to 40 years old. I'd have to look that up. And that is the most terrifying roller coaster I've ever been on. When you're on that damn thing, you just shake like crazy. Like you can't even stand straight when you get off that damn thing. Now, I can't go. I haven't been on roller coasters for over 10 years. I can't do that anymore because of my back. But let me tell you. Elijah Washington. You ready for Fighter Fest 1 and 2? Yes, we'll be doing some talk about that. How about tomorrow? How's that sound? Sometime, I don't know when tomorrow. I'm going to try to catch up on my jacked up jukebox as well. Figure out my topics and get that all ready too. All right, so we're going to talk about the tribute to Undertaker. We'll talk a little, well, because it took up about half a Smackdown. And we'll talk the elephant in the room that happened early this morning. I was up very late last night. If you were up late with me, you know how late I was up. And so I got up late today. But as soon as my eyes opened, I was hit with the news of Elgin. So we'll talk about that too. Don't lie. 22 minutes after this stream, J-Bone will be back on. No, it's been a long flipping day. No, absolutely not. Yeah, unless it's like some ear-shattering emergency. Yes, I heard about Velveteen Dream. I did not hear any details. I saw the headline. That's it. Manny Bones has been found. Where? He's not here. If he ain't here, he ain't found, dude. Don't be lying to me like that. That's not nice. Don't lie to Professor J-Bone, please. It's not kind. It's Fridays are do not lie to J-Bones. Because I know I'm not the only one on this earth. But there's no one like me. Did they show the entire Boneyard match? Yes, it took up 3 different commercial breaks. A slightly frustrating point of that. All right, so let's talk about this. The tribute for Undertaker, like I said, took up about half of Smackdown. And then they changed the booking for tonight. There was no cheers from Sheamus to Jeff Hardy. They changed that to next. That's going to be next week now. Now, I don't want to see it next week either, but that's what we're getting. Whatever. It's just there's just a not very tasteful storyline, if you catch my drift. All right, so SmackDown kicks off with the roster in front, like by the stage area, coming down the ramp. Thank you, Taker. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you, Taker. Clap, clap, clap. They're doing all this. That's part of it. And they show the debut of Undertaker. For those of you who did not watch the last ride, folks, you seriously need to watch the special. Even if you don't watch a lot of WWE stuff, the special itself is great. Okay, it's really well done. How they depict everything over the course of the last handful of years, it's really amazing. I really enjoyed it. And I don't compliment a lot of stuff about WWE lately, okay? So they talked about his debut from 1990 Survivor Series. And the best, his look is ominous. He comes out with Brother Love because he doesn't have Piercy Pringle. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn it. Kids, don't grow old. It freaking sucks. You know who I'm talking about. He wasn't there yet. Paul Bear, thank you. Jiminy Christmas. So he came out for the Survivor Series match. And I seriously want to go, because, they cut it up and they show different parts. I seriously want to go back and watch this now, because I don't think I was watching live at this point anymore. And if I was, I wasn't watching much. I remember going over to my girlfriend's house for Thanksgiving, and we watched that Survivor Series as a family before we ate. And then I was chased down the block by her father with a shotgun and carried back to the house. Oh, that's a long story. Anyways, don't you love story time with J-Bone? I remember like all this goofy partial shit from my youth. But no, that's a true story. That's no bullshit. Johnny Christmas. But yeah, I want to go back and watch this one. The best part of it, 10 minutes later, the best part of it is you're listening to it as you're watching this, and you hear Piper. Well, I'm assuming it's Piper. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I told you to just sit down, buckle up. It's one of those shows. It's just like, the wrestling news. My show is the same way. Just sit down and hang on. Piper audibly flips out on commentary and goes, "Wow, look at the size of that ham hock." And they do the close-up of all the kids' faces, and they're all, like, what the, if little kids in the 80s said, what the, and then they showed highlights from the match, and I don't remember what else. And then it went from that all the way to, so when they started the show, they actually did a 4-minute long highlight reel, which was really good. Which didn't make up for going straight from the debut to the last match ever. But, for programming purposes, it is what it is. It's like, okay, we can't put him in the Hall of Fame now. We'll at least do this. Okay, I get it. It's fine. So, and they showed the entire Boneyard match, which was cool, which was fine. I was fine with that because it was a spectacle. It was fun. The only sucky part is it was split up, 4 different ways with commercials, you know. Oh no, Gary. Wrong family. This is Smash This Podcast family. I'm just messing with you. I know a lot of you go back and forth to both podcasts. I'm just messing with you. Welcome, Gary. So J-Bone has run over someone at Checkers and had a shotgun pointed at him. Yeah, yeah. William Gardner. It's a Jablonski Hefferino. What's up? If you guys missed it, late last night, not super late. I was on super late. The show before was not super late. William Gardner was on with Trent and myself, and we did this week's Thursday throwback. And it was a blast having you on, William. You're part of the fam. Thank you for coming on with us and sharing your knowledge and your love for classic NWA TNA stuff. It was great having you on. So, folks, if you want to get to know William Gardner a little more, the front row man from Impact Wrestling, he's always right there in this. I don't have the bits in this studio. That's in another studio. But if I had it, I would play the William Gardner Chariots of Fire thing that Kyle put together so eloquently. Hey, listen to HD. Listen to HD. Go get yourself, if you want to support the show, legit help support the show, the link is in the description to get yourself some Smash This Podcast gear. It's summertime. Get yourself a Smash This Podcast tee or a tank top or a mug to put your favorite chili or hot drink in. They're working on hats. They are working on hats. It will be in the it'll be in the shop someday. I guarantee it. They just got to learn the machine a little more. And as soon as I get the email, boom, we know it. Put it in the shop. We'll put it in the shop. Jamie says, I was legitimately scared of the Undertaker when I was a little kid, and he had that original gimmick. It's one of the greatest, wrestling's all subjective, but it is one of the greatest gimmicks of all time. I don't think anybody's going to argue with me with that. Seriously, 30, of course, now let's not kid ourselves. It has evolved through the course of 3 decades, but still, you can't, sneeze at that. That is impressive. So, says, of course, as I got older, I realized it was just a character, and I became a fan. I don't know what you're talking about. The guy goes back to a graveyard every single night, exactly where he was at WrestleMania. That's his home. His bed's right behind that big freaking barn where all the pyro went off. It's like a little rusty cot with... Yeah, we'll just cut that one off right there. All right, so they show the Boneyard match from this past Mania. And it was fun. Saw the Good Brothers in there. I got a feeling we're going to see them again real soon in a few weeks. But on another brand, just let your head roll with that for a little bit. Then we after we get out of that, we get a Baron Corbin promo. And he is just ripping the Undertaker like crazy. And as much as he's digging into the Undertaker, I could have swore we were going to get an appearance from the Undertaker. I legit thought we were going to get one for a second because I mean he was just nasty with the Undertaker. Like my goodness. And then Jeff Hardy came out and shuts him up, and that turns into a match later in the night. We get a fatal 4-way, and the winner gets a chance to compete at, was it Extreme Rules? Extreme Rules against Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title. So we got Lacey Evans, Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss. This was okay. I mean, I really, once you get like, an hour's worth of Undertaker highlights and matches, and then you just follow it up with a few SmackDown matches, it's like, it just doesn't compare. So, in my opinion, they should have mixed it up a little bit. I think it would have been better, consistent programming. But that's me. Whatever, to each their own. Nikki Cross wins this one. It was all right. My wife, for some reason, did not like Dana Brooke's hair. I'm not sure why. She just didn't. I liked it. It was multicolored. It was beautiful. I was like, wow. I told my wife, I was like, why? You don't want me to make your hair like that? It's platinum blonde with, a little blue, a little pink underneath in the back, little party going on there. She's not down with it. And then I was like, well, look at Sasha Banks. She's got the bright blue hair. How about that? Some sexy blue hair? Nope. All right. I tried. I will color her hair again someday. I will. But yeah, Nikki Cross wins this one. Rolls up Lacey Evans for the pin. Not gonna lie, I was a little surprised. Thought maybe we'd get Alexa Bliss for the 100th time or Lacey Evans again. We got Nikki Cross. So we'll have to see how she does with that. What did they say? Bayley was champ for 250 some odd days or something? My goodness, that's a long time. Next we got, now I probably just was like, hearing shit. I thought this was like a fatal 4-way tag team match, but it wasn't. It was two teams versus two teams. It was Big E and Kofi with the Lucha House Party, Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik versus Cesaro, Nakamura, Miz, and Morrison. And this was fun. This was all right. I kind of, didn't pay a whole lot of attention to this. But shockingly, Lucha House Party got a win here. Kalisto, unblock me. Whatever. You ain't been on TV for God knows how long. Who cares, right? Love you, Kalisto. But yeah, it was all right. I was, personally rooting for Miz and Morrison because those honestly are my favorite out of all these. I don't understand the tension that goes on between Big E, Kofi, and Corey Graves. If there's some underlying thing that I don't know about, they're always throwing shit at him. And it's not even like, it's like nice, like pull the pancakes out of the, front of their singlets, whatever, It's always just throwing ring gear and stuff at him. It's just cruel, just mean. Is this a heel turn from the pancake party? Discuss amongst yourselves. All right. Then we get a lovely little Braun Strowman promo. Consisting of talking about doing the devil's work back in the day when he was with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. And man, those were some good days. Those early days with the Wyatt family. How about Shield versus Wyatt family? Anybody remember that one? Anybody? That was some good shit. Those two groups of three didn't have to do shit except for stand nose to nose, not even touching, but face to face in the ring, look at each other all together, and the crowd went, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. I miss that a little, honestly. Not that now. That's not saying I want Dean Ambrose back in the WWE. No. It's not time for that. It's not time for that. When WWE gets down to about 25,000 viewers a week, Vince will be sobbing underneath his desk, crying through a box of tissues, begging Mr. Mox to come back. Save us. Although AEW isn't doing that much better, are they? Unfortunately. But Braun Strowman's talking about his past. And it talks about how much he actually used to enjoy doing the devil's work. And he thinks it's the only way he's going to get rid of Bray is if he goes back to where he came from, back to the swamp. And I read the headline right before I went live. Apparently they made it official for Extreme Rules. They're going back to the swamp. I forget what it was called. I'll quickly look it up. Oh, surprise, surprise. The executives never called to check on Renee Young after discovering that she had coronavirus. Are you surprised? I'm not. Let's see. Yep. WWE confirms swamp fight for Extreme Rules horror show. Horror show. Isn't it too early for Halloween? Shouldn't they do like horror show stuff at Halloween? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah, Caleb Braxton has had it twice now. So if you think you catch it and then you're all good because you've got the whatever, the immune system to fight it off if you live through it. Oh no, you can catch it again because there's like a ridiculous amount of strains from this disease from hell. Remember, if you don't test or check, it isn't true. Well, I tell you, the scariest part is the government's just making up numbers now. They're classifying deaths that aren't even deaths from COVID as COVID-19 deaths. That's the sickest part. Let's say, heaven forbid, J-Bone, heart attack. Boom. Gone right here. the odds are probably pretty good of them calling it COVID, because they would look at my past history and be like, oh, he's got asthma and bad COPD. Yep, we'll just call it COVID. Yep. I guarantee you the government would do that to me. Because guess what? They're doing it to other people. I've seen it. But besides all that shit, so it's confirmed we're going back to the swamp for Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules. So that's going to be a pseudo barnyard. Barnyard? No, not barnyard. Boneyard-ish type of match. Complete with crocodiles. Crikey. I'm going to poke it with a stick. And then to wrap this up, oh no, it wasn't complete until Braun Strowman tried to mimic the creepy laugh of Bray Wyatt, which was just kind of hokey, whatever. Jeff Hardy versus King Corbin. Decent match. You know, let's be honest. Jeff Hardy is not moving the way he used to. He was hobbling a little bit. So either he was selling something that I missed that happened to him, or he's a little banged up still. I don't know. William, yes, that's a knife. Now there's another one. That's not the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of that zoo dude with the kids and the whatever. That other one. But yes, that's a good one too. Sank with the emojis. I had to look at my other computer to see what the hell that was. I'm like, what is this green squiggly thing here? It's crocodiles. All right. So Jeff Hardy versus King Corbin. Jeff Hardy wins, and then all the baby faces that were surrounding the ring the second half of the match get in, and they all do their finishers, including Braun Strowman, Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Matt Riddle got in there too. They are going to push that boy to the top. If that dude doesn't get a championship match by the end of the year, I'll be shocked. Shocked. Here's my prediction. SummerSlam, which is what, a couple months away, 2-3 months away, whatever. Intercontinental champion. Easily. My prediction. Mr. France, what is up? Bro. I hear Manny Bones is joining the Dungeon of Doom 2.0. Maybe. I just saw his face on a milk carton the other day. It was like, okay, not everybody has a skull like that. That's Manny Bones. He's missing he lost my hat though. He owes me a hat. You know, if that was his picture on the milk carton, where the hell's my hat? I'm sure he'll return. I mean, I don't know what the hell he's living off of, unless he took like a handful of my lollipops. He's trying to pot them off as official J-Bone Smashes podcast, Total Nonstop Impact lollipops. He's trying to like sell them on the corner, like people would give a shit, like a handful of these would be worth like hundreds of dollars or something. It's not. It's not logical thinking. It's just not. Or is it? Get your official Smash This Podcast thumb down. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, so that's it for the Smackdown notes. So they added some matches to Extreme Rules coming up in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks? 3 weeks. I'll probably watch it. I gotta get it. I gotta get my money's worth out of the freaking network. So why not? All right. What else do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about the elephant in the room? Rumblings. The E wants to do indoor live events with fans at the end of July, early August. Yeah. Good luck when there's thousands of new COVID findings over the course of the last week. Tens of thousands. No. Not happening. You can have an empty arena match, like legit, like book an arena and fill it with a bunch of like mannequins. That's all you're going to, and then have people behind the mannequins going, this is as close as you're going to get to that. If Matt Riddle ever wins the Universal or WWE Championship, I imagine Vince would put him up against Goldberg. Oh, don't wish that on him. Jeez Louise. Like, okay, I love Goldberg, okay? Goldberg, if you've watched me ever, you know that I love Goldberg. But no, I don't want to see that match. I no. The only thing I want to see Goldberg do is go against like another dude similar to him. Like a young Batista-ish type guy. And I don't think they got anybody like that. Unless it's some dude from NXT that I don't know about. I don't know. So, I remember when J-Bone was young, he said the ladies having so much fun, getting high and having a blast. It was like trying to get a piece of what? You are goofy, Zach. So goofy. All right. Oh, that's not a horrible idea, Elijah Washington. Not gonna lie. I know you put a LOL at the end of it, but I actually kind of like that. It would be a passing the torch type kind of match, So, all right. So yeah, do you guys want to talk about it? I'll talk about it. It was very upsetting. The news. Well, the news about Elgin being gone. See, now I saw several different verbiages, different wordings of this. But if you look at ImpactWrestling.com and you go to the stars page, the title is vacant. There is no Jake Christ. There is no Michael Elgin. Oof, roster just went down a little bit, didn't it? They need to. When do you think maybe that'll boost back up? Maybe in 3 weeks, maybe? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Of course, now they got promos here for Slammiversary T-shirt collection. Let's see if they updated this yesterday. They had the Tessa one in here. Is the Tessa one still in there? Oh, actually, it is. I'm a little surprised. There's no Michael Elgin T-shirt, but there's a Tessa one. Okay, now I'm just thoroughly confused. Well, look, these guys are working around the clock trying to you go to the wrestlers, you click on Michael Elgin, and it says, oops, we couldn't find that one. I wonder why. So yeah, so they for once they actually I shouldn't say once, sometimes they're really on top of it depending on what's going on. It's sometimes in the past it's taken them a while to update um, their roster page. It happens. I haven't sat on here and complained about it, like made a big deal out of it. Not like other people. I mean, let's be honest. I'm no marketing guru. Did he say marketing guru? Oh, he's talking about. All right, let's talk about Michael Elgin. So, excuse me. So, the news that he got, dropped from Impact Wrestling was upsetting. I was hoping his name would get cleared, as I'm sure many people thought it would be. I did not know many details from his past. I knew there was some controversy that happened in some East Coast indie company. Can't think of it. It's the same one that Amazing Red is a part of, I believe. Um, but what was more horrible was finding out what he did. The stories from females about what he was doing to them. And apparently the one that I read was very recent as far as something he actually did to one of the girls in the Impact locker room, or the same girl from Impact Wrestling somewhere not too long ago. Absolutely horrible. It's frustrating because, me and the guys from TNI, we interviewed him. You feel like you kind of feel like you get to know him a little bit, but you really have no clue. You meet them, they're kind to you, they sign your picture. You talk to them for a couple minutes max at events like that, barely. And you're like, oh, what an awesome person, blah, 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 my favorite. And then you read stories about what he's been doing to women. Oh, and then he goes on Instagram. Well, number one, he deletes his Twitter. And he goes on Instagram. Oh, I'm so glad that I can now just spend more time with my son. Doesn't address any of the allegations. doesn't deny anything. It's like, dude, what planet are you living on right now? When you're faced with all this stuff from your past and you're just, oh, lost my job. Thank you all for all your time. You lovely people, you. This is how he's acting on Instagram. It's like, the fuck kind of deranged, egotistical, maniacal dude acts like that? My God. That'd be like, okay, I just axe murdered my entire family and then went on and talked about, well, baseball's coming back. I mean, it's like, what the fuck, dude? It's like, you don't sit down next to women in any situation. Doesn't matter if you're working with them or even a lifelong friend. You don't just sit down next to women and just blatantly start talking about their sex life. What the fuck? You don't do that. That's not proper, dude. That's fucking sick. And the rest of the stuff I read was just downright disgusting. I'm not even going to talk about it. But just that part of it was like eye-opening. Very eye-opening. It's like the only person you should be having that kind of, talk to, if it's a female and you're a male, is your own wife. Seriously. Ronnie, what is up? Just stopping by. Good to see you, dude. Lack of values. Lack of several things along with values. But yes, lack of values. I just don't get it. Future wrestlers would kill to become a professional wrestler in any promotion. Yeah. And then you do shit like this. And it's what's really sad is every single promotion on earth, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, they all do this kind of shit. I'm not saying everybody. I'm not saying every single basketball, football, baseball player does this. But it's a very common thing. You go from city to city to city to city to hoe to hoe to hoe to hoe. It's just not right. It's one thing if you're single and you're just having fun with, and it's consensual. Okay, let me put the exclamation point on that. And it's consensual. And of course, they're of age. But when you're married and you're bouncing all over the place like that, that's just sick and irresponsible. It's just, what the fuck is the matter with you? It's unbelievable. Yeah, you ain't lying. Ric Flair style. Yeah. Obviously read a slightly different book. But yeah. So yeah, very upsetting. It certainly shakes up Slammiversary. It turns Slammiversary from a 5-way as of yesterday And over the course of 12 hours, the 5-way became a 3-way. You got Eddie Edwards, you got Ace Austin, and Trey Miguel. Now, what's kind of funny about that is you look at who's left, and honestly, that looks like more of an X Division match. So I have a feeling that I think they're going to add people to that match. I could be wrong. I've seen people out there saying, "Oh, just throw Moose in there and call it a day." They could very well do that, and all they got to do is have Moose cut a 2-minute promo in his house. Not even. He took the TNA championship. Who's to say he couldn't just insert himself into this match and then just leave the TNA championship on his bedpost or something? Tell the missus, hey, shine this up for me. I'll be back. I'm going to go win a different one now. But let me know who, do you think they're going to, look, either way, no matter if they add or subtract or whatever, hopefully they don't subtract anymore. My goodness. I want to keep it somewhat interesting, If they add something, that's fine. But let me know what you guys want to see happen. Obviously they're scrambling. They got to change stuff up. Let me know in the comments what you think they're going to do with the main event. Do you think they're going to add specific people? Do you think they're going to... I saw someone put your new Extreme main event, and they had Sabu and RVD. No, what was it? It's either RVD or Tommy Dreamer or something. Like the gold lineup. The promo pic that they've been using. Someone did something like that, and I was like, oh man, that's crazy. I don't want to see that. Elijah Washington says, Rhino add to the match, J-Bo. You want to see Rhino in the match? That's interesting. All right. TNA? Yes. Moose, you got to go back and watch, dude. Moose took the classic TNA championship, and has declared himself as the real TNA champion. They did this as a side story while Tessa was in Mexico and couldn't appear. She couldn't appear because she was too busy, taking butt shots with Selena De La Renta. It's true. It's true. I ain't lying. If Moose cashes in the TNA title, I'm going to die laughing, right? Just runs to the ring, hits everybody with the TNA championship, and pins someone for the other one, right? If Sammy is not tagging with Ken, he has a claim. He honestly does. But I have a feeling something is going to happen with him and Ken, because he retweeted the segment where Ken Shamrock got beaten down on social media yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. With a set of eyeballs, like the watching eyeballs emoji. So that makes me think that Sammy's going to get involved, and he's actually going to tag with Shamrock at Slammiversary. But they could change that. They could change all that. I'd love to see Sammy jump in there. I don't know what you do with Shamrock then. Shamrock versus Moose versus whoever they bring back, EC3, whatever, for the TNA. You know, who knows? I don't know. I mean, there's a few different options, but I really don't know. Butt shots. Yeah, you know, like you take like selfies. You take selfies, like you know how they do that. I can't. It's this not with this. I can't. No, I just no. So instead of this, they go click butt shots. Okay. You're welcome, Ronnie. LMAO at the butt the shots. Cousin Jake and Raju should be added to the match. Oh. Now there's some fantasy booking. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind that. Hashtag butt shots. I'm gonna just make all the popular hashtags right here on Smash This Podcast. You heard it. Whatever happened to Cage's wife? Did she go to AEW? I remember she was host. She hosted Impact on Twitch. She's still doing it. So apparently she's still under contract, whatever kind of contract that is. Because honestly, I think she was signed much later than Brian. I think he started bringing her, and then because the fans were like, "Hey, make her in-ring, whatever, commentary, whatever, put her on the roster, use her, do something with her." So I think that came later. So we'll see. Give the belt to Eddie Edwards because he's the safest choice in the company right now. He didn't leave over the Sammy thing. He wouldn't leave after losing the belt, nor did he before. Right? Monster Fulton. Ooh. Well, I can guarantee you he's probably going to be at ringside helping Ace, which is going to significantly increase his odds. Oh, let me tell you, Tully must be so proud of his little girl right now. I'd pay good money to be a fly on the wall for that conversation. Hear that ass chewing. Magnum TA, too. Guy fell over in his damn wheelchair, probably when he read that news. Terrence Sullivan says, put Sammy in and make it a fatal four-way for the Impact title. But then what do you do with Ken Shamrock? You know? What a week it's been. Yes, it has been a week, hasn't it? I'm not going to be able to sleep now. Thanks, J-Bone. You are welcome. Hashtag butt shots. Hey, at least I don't show my butt. We just talk about other sick people and their butt-headedness. How about that? All right. Have EC3 versus Boost for the TNA World title. Well, I think I don't want to be like, yeah, that's absolutely happening because we don't know yet. But from what they teased a couple weeks ago, and they played EC3's old music, that was pretty cool. Humble Beast, what's up? Ronnie, you need Impact Plus, bruh. Yes. How you doing, Humble Beast? Chris Ream says, I want to see Sami Callihan in the match. There's another vote for Callihan. Did he, you know, it all just kind of gets blurry after a while. Did he not get his rematch? That he went away right afterwards, and then the ICU stuff started. He never got his rematch against Tessa. So honestly, it would make sense for him to storm down to the ring, but I never got my rematch with that bitch. How's that? That's probably not as good as Trent's Sami Callihan, but that's my Sami Callihan. Look, just give me the belt right now. I'll just walk, just save everybody the hassle. Just give me the goddamn belt. War Dog says, I bet you $5 US. Tasha? Tasha? Who's Tasha? Tasha just joined. Do you mean Tessa? I think you mean Tessa. Typo. Sorry, just giving you shit. It's all good. $5. Yeah, I'm going to bet you 10 she doesn't. Because if anybody wants that hot mess, seriously, who would want that hot mess right now? Mexico can keep that hot mess. Daga could keep that hot mess. No, you know what? I want Daga to stay in Impact Wrestling. And I said this last night. He should not throw his career away in Impact Wrestling for her. Period. But she seems like a very dominating kind of woman. I could just see him cowering and be like, all right, we stay here. Who knows? I don't know. But we can't assume anything with Daga right now. I'm late for the smash party again. It's all right. You're here. That's all that matters, dude. No, he never got his rematch. There you go. Pretty good. You got a future in this business, kid. Thank you. Anybody see Ace Austin on Twitter recently? Yeah. You know what? After the news today, I don't know if it was aimed at Tessa or Elgin or both. Take your pick, honestly. I'm just going to say both. Covers it, right? Don't think Sami got his rematch yet. No, because like I said, he just went away and he started doing the ICU stuff. Pounce. Period. No one in the USA. I don't want to hear about BQ's takes. Yeah, please don't plug him while you're here, please. For me, okay? I don't know who did it. I'm not going to name names if I remember it even. But 5 minutes into my Tessa thing said, oh, BQ did a thing. It's like, really? No, it was either here or it was over on the TNI one. No, you know what? It was on the TNI one. Someone jumped in the chat 5 minutes into the chat the first thing out of their mouth is, hey, BQ did a video on blah, 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 blah. It's like, why the hell would you jump in somebody's chat and say, hey guys, hi. Hey, by the way, BQ did a thing over here. Then go watch his thing and get the hell out of here. What are you doing here? Please don't do that. It's one thing if I'm like, hey, by the way, so-and-so did a really interesting vlog or had a great show on. It's one thing if the person you're watching says it, but don't jump in the chat and do that while the guy's live or the group is live or whatever. Have a little class, okay? What did Ace say? It was short and sweet. It was a few hashtags. She was just afraid of the inevitable happening at Slammiversary. That was one of the things he said. He said a couple different things. But yeah, her contract. Okay, here's a perfect example of a decent company person. Do you guys remember back when Robert Roode became champ? And then there was some point, and I'm a little fuzzy on this, but there was some point, we'll just call it poor management. Okay, we won't get into that. But there was some point where news came out that Bobby Roode's contract had expired before he was supposed to defend it. And then news came out that he went into the pay-per-view still unsigned, and then he signed after he retained or something. It was something to that effect. And this goes back like, God, what year was that? 12, 13? I forget. But he came back and he defended the title even if he wasn't under contract. He did a stand-up thing. Tessa's contract was set to expire before Slammiversary, and the article said Impact was hoping they would have a chance to have her come back and drop the title. So that right there, you knew, if they weren't coming to terms with a new contract, they at least wanted their title back. Who knows? They may not get the title back. If she's just sitting down in Mexico with it, who knows if and when she's going to send it back. She could be a bitch. Maybe she will be that much of a professional and at least mail it back within the next few weeks. But even then, it's got to get across the border. My wife just ordered something from somewhere outside the country. She never got it. She's asking for a refund. And this was like 3 months ago. They might have to ask someone in the next couple of weeks to make up a new one. Who knows? It's crazy. He did? Okay. That's what it said. It said hashtag unprofessional. I know this is unprofessional. I'm crunching as I'm talking. Hashtag selfish. That's the tweet I'm thinking of. Thank you. Pulled a Steve Austin, took her ball and went home. She didn't, though. She didn't even go to her home. She went to someone else's home. Gotcha. How about when Morrison put on a killer match with Swan last year without a contract? Did he? I see. It's sometimes just shit gets fuzzy. I'll take your word for it. Oh, is that when he went after the X Division Championship? I think that's when he went after the X Division Championship. And that was like right before he left, right? Something like that. That was like right before Bound for Glory or something. It gets a little blurry, but yeah. Yeah, Bobby Roode and Eric Young left for the WWE in 2016, but not before dropping the belts they had. Well, yeah. How about returning Monty Brown and, and to the world title match? Well, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. By the way, the Monty Brown on Twitter is not the real Monty Brown from what I've heard. Man, if Tessa was an elaborate work, I might actually believe Russo is back. And an elaborate work. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I misread that. I apologize. The amount of backstage stories. No, you heard it right on TNI. He is not back. Although he was going to come back for the TNA show. He did confirm that. I think he confirmed that a few different places, but yeah, he told us that too. Oh, that's just Cold War, dog. That's just cold. It does it like right at the the common commentary desk where and Cody's sitting there going, that's sick. That's not even funny. Johnny Impact wrestled in a championship match at Slammiversary to despite his contract expiring weeks in advance. Now that's professional. Johnny Impact's just awesome. Period. I love him. I don't care where he goes. I'll always be a fan. Can't say a bad word about Johnny after that, right? Open up another beer. Nope, just one. Just this it. The others I just put in the fridge are not cold yet. But I will crack this open. I grabbed this out of the fridge. This was sitting there for a couple days. Oh, that is tasty. This is one of those green teas from Lipton. The citrus ones. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Pardon me. Make him a new belt or use the first TNA belt and put the Impact label on. Oh, dude, that was bad. Let's not do that. Talk about the Global Force Wrestling one where they stuck the Impact thing on it. Oh, that was a rough time. That was a rough time. I wasn't watching all the time then. That was bad. So it seems that Elgin got let go for fighting and not the allegations. Oh, no. It had nothing to do with the fighting. That certainly probably did not help things, but no, it was the allegations. The amount of stuff that I read within the last 24 hours, just reading one of them would have been enough to, bye, get the hell out of here. This is what you're doing to women. Get the hell out of here. No. I mean, shit happens backstage, unless you like brutally mess someone up to the point where they're hospitalized, okay, then obviously then that's an issue. But, I'm sure there's little scuffles here and there. People are amped up. Let's do this. Let's whatever. Shit happens, especially in a physical business like that. But I wouldn't think somebody would be like fired over that. Certainly wouldn't help their reputation backstage, but a tweet by Ace says a lot. Maybe he knows more in-depth information about the situation. I'm sure a lot of people are learning a lot more. They're cleaning house. Everything's coming out. Your favorites are probably all out the door within a matter of a week or less, including who knows, No, let's hope that's not that bad. You, my mentor, what would you do? Big wrestling towel. What? Miro on the wall. It's the happiest Miro day of all. I don't think he's coming, but I could be really wrong. The reason why, see, I was originally planning to do a whole breakdown of the last big promo vid they did where they showed all the people. When in the first one, they showed the Bulgarian flag. Remember I talked about that? They showed the flag, and I was like, quick, somebody Google, what flag is this? And they looked it up and said Bulgarian. I'm like, Bulgarian? What the? And then it clicked. I was like, oh, Bulgarian. It's Rusev. They can't show Rusev because all of his footage is WWE footage. You'd think that as much stuff, and I mean stuff as in footage, that WWE has borrowed from TNA/Impact over the last handful of years for specials, documentaries, this, that, the other thing, you'd think that Impact would be like, hey, give us a half-second blip of Rusev. Oh, yeah, sure, Here's a GIF you can quick put in your video. Splice it into your video. You think they'd ever do that for Impact Wrestling? Hell no. So that's why they got to show the flag. Not sure where they got the Good Brother footage from. They're wearing Bullet Club shirts, but the Bullet Club brand showed up in a lot of different places besides Japan Pro Wrestling. I mean, they went all over the indies. Did they show? Wait, they did Global Force Wrestling shows. I don't think they had Global Force Wrestling footage of them, though. Because that looked more like a House of Hardcore type of show that they were at. Just a guess. If it's Tommy's footage, then it's Tommy's footage. I'm fuzzy on content from, that far back, Bullet Club wise, who was doing what, where in the States or whatever. No, but my point is about Rusev, Miro, whatever. The first one, they showed the flag. Okay? Here's my point. The second promo, they show the Bulgarian flag for just a part of a second, but it's blurry and it turns into a Canadian flag. So that makes me think that that's supposed to deter you away from Rusev, as in, no, it's not Rusev. That's a guess. That is just a guess. That's what I got out of that. So when I slowed it down, I was like, wow, they barely showed the Bulgarian flag that time. Maybe he's not coming now. If he does, wait, wouldn't it be funny if they put, well, okay, just at first glance, you could look at this and be like, no, they couldn't do that. He's this nationality. Why would they? How many times did you have Russians in the 70s and 80s and they were some dude from Minnesota that just looked big and Russian? Nikita Koloff. Perfect. Or, yeah, Nikita Koloff. Some dude in the Midwest, or wherever he's from. He's not Russian. What if they hired Rusev? What if they signed Rusev and they put him in the Canadian gimmick? What if, because look, they're doing Team Canada. They're doing Team Canada. They've got the freaking merch. Okay, so Elgin's gone. What if they put Rusev in the place and make Rusev Team Canada with the North and like someone else? There's a thought. I don't know. I'm just brain farting here. Mr. Fretz, you're debuting. Oh my God. Spoiler alert. You heard it here first on Smash This podcast. Mr. Fretz is debuting for Impact Wrestling. Dude, what are you drinking tonight, man? Just, seriously. I mean, I had one beer and I didn't even come up with that. That's good. I like that. Share. Rusev is really Canadian. See? But he's not, is he? I thought he was legit from overseas somewhere. Wait, is he or isn't he? Now I'm just confused. You know what? I'm just going to look it up. Screw it. Rusev, wrestler. Well, oh, guys. If you don't know this, guys. Okay, now granted, not everything on Wikipedia is legit, but this is hilarious. Okay, so he's legit from Russia, okay? Do you know where he lives? Nashville, Tennessee. We might be getting Rusev, folks. He lives right next door to where they're shooting this shit. Oh my God. Yeah, bruh. That's funny, isn't it? Totally. I love it when a plan comes together. Said the late great Hannibal. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Can't do the A-Team thing and drink at the same time. Just made a mess. God. Can't believe I actually have to use one of my J-Bone made a mess. Oh, got on my phone. Guess J-Bone has to podcast with a bib now. Jiminy Christmas. J-Bone equals Murdoch. You know, I always fancied myself as Face. But, you know, as I get older, honestly, I think you're right, Zach. I think you're right. Now I can't get that theme out of my head. Now I just want to watch all the A-Team shit. Maybe it's on my... I wonder if it's free on Amazon Prime. I have Amazon Prime. Now I just want to watch nonstop A-Team. God, that was such good shit. That and Miami Vice. I would just sit on my bed when I was little and just eat that shit up. I loved it. J-Bone has his Purple Rain bandana. No, that's this one. That's this one. No, I'm kidding. It's shit is falling everywhere. I need to wash these. That's what I need to do. All right. Any other questions? We're already going like a half an hour over of what I wanted to do. Face, I think you're more healed. See what you did there. I'll do a couple quick questions and then we're gonna wrap this up because I'm getting tired. If this is true, Impact Wrestling confirmed. Yeah. I mean, you know, everybody assumes EY is coming because he lives down that way, right? He lives in Nashville or something like that. Storm, EY, and Rusev all local. Well, damn. I'll tip one to that, sir. And the new Impact, the Canadian Brute. The Canadian Brute. Miro. Oh. Man, that show was the best. Young guys don't know about that. No, they probably know who Mr. T is because he's more of a like entertainment icon in general, you know. But oh, speaking of Mr. T, I heard that Ringside Collectibles or someone is making a brand new exclusive Mr. T figure, and it's gonna have like, you know, it's from what he looked like back then when he like did WrestleMania and stuff like that back then. It's like, holy shit, a Mr. T action figure. Oh my god, I might have to. I think it's like 20 or 30 bucks. But damn. I just saw that the other day. I was like, oh dude, I might have to get that Mr. T action figure and just right there. Oh shit. Show tomorrow then, J-Mo? Yeah, we'll do something. We'll probably do some predictions or something because Sunday is gonna be if I do, well, I might do the jacked up jukebox late at night, you know, like the Headbangers Ball type of thing, you know. That's what I've been trying to do. I didn't do it last week because I was a little under the weather. But yeah. Well, I'll do Fighter Fest predictions somewhere the next few days. Maybe I'll do those Monday. My Mondays are free. Do them after Raw or something. I'll catch up on some other shit. I gotta catch up on so much shit. I'm always behind on here. That's what sucks. Impact 60 stuff. I don't know. But the news has just been through the freaking, just been putting us fans through the ringer lately. Here we go. Thoughts on the state of Wednesday night's ratings, NXT going up and one of the biggest drops for AEW, state of the country, or is TV wrestling oversaturation showing? Oh God, that's a tough one. I mean, I'm watching AEW live and I'm enjoying it. It's a struggle at times, I'm not gonna lie, but that's like watching any show, you know. You want the roar of the crowd, and every place is doing it different. I like the atmosphere at the AEW shows because it actually feels like an arena show as opposed to your, local, you know, Columbus Hall downtown somewhere, Knights of Columbus. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I don't know like what was on NXT that it got more views. I don't know if it's because of people were upset about a few of the people on AEW getting called out for accusations, like it was Jimmy Havoc and I think the Sammy Guevara. So maybe that's what turned people away. I don't know. I mean, there was accusations in WWE too. NXT, NXT UK. I really don't know. It's hard. I don't know. Like if there was like specific matches or something, I saw someone say, "Oh, it was Keith Lee." Okay, I didn't think he was that much of a draw. Don't get me wrong, please. I know Keith Lee is good and I like him a lot, but I didn't think he was that much of a draw yet. Although he is what, North American champ, isn't he? Maybe it's Cross. I don't know. Was Cross on? I don't know. That's a tough one. I really don't know. Dude. It's honestly, it's probably a whole combination of things. If people are glued to their TVs because of the news and the protesting and the COVID and all that shit, that's not helping. It's not just normal news. Everyone's dying. There's thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of new cases. People are glued to their TVs for that. It's a whole combination of things. I mean, I'm still going to watch AEW. And if I do watch NXT, I'm going to watch it on the network. It's one of the reasons why I have the network. I'm not going to watch it on USA. I don't care what's happening. I'll watch it the next night. I don't care if it gets spoiled for me or not. I'll watch it on the network. Why am I going to watch something on Wednesday night when I'm already paying for it? It's just dumb. J-Bone, how about Impact get War Kings Crimson and his partner versus the North because War Kings was Fight on Explosion last week. Oh, you know what? I missed that. I wasn't on with Trent, so I didn't watch it. I need to watch it. No, I do like Jax and Crimson. Although I heard they didn't call them War Kings; they just called them Jax and Crimson or something. There we go, right here. Thank you, HD. Don't forget to buy that Smash This Podcast merch. We'll get some more merch in there. It's hard to sit down at one time when you got so many things going on and just focus a whole day to trying to figure out new design shit. It's gonna happen. I got some cool ideas. It's just figuring out how to make the design and make it wearable. It's not always easy. But thank you. Thank you, HD. AEW has its own little world, just like Impact. They're both good to watch. Can't really be compared to each other. I think NXT was more curiosity than anything. Yeah, could be. Could be. I think the main event was Lee versus Gargano versus Balor. Ooh, that does sound good. That does sound good. When did you get the network back? Mania? Before Mania? No, way before that. Sometime earlier this year. Sometime earlier this year. I've had it under like 3 different emails. You get one, get it back, get one, get it back. You know, you do it that way to get the free month, you know, and then now they're just giving it away for free now with a bunch of content. It's like, jeez Louise. All right. You think people not watching AEW because AEW didn't fire Sammy and Jimmy Havoc? I hope not. It could be it. I don't know. I like to think that's not the only thing, but I know there is a lot of controversy going on. I'm sure a lot of people looked at what happened and said, "Oh, screw AEW. You piss people off. Boom, just that little bit. They're gone. They are gone." Did anyone see the Ascension change their name? Yeah, they did. They're now on Pro Wrestling Tees. They were FKA, formerly known as. I don't know what they changed it to, if they changed it to recently. I thought for sure we were going to get them on Impact by now. I still think we're going to get them on Impact. I have not heard if they've changed it to it's Khan, Kon, and Victor. I think that's their names. If anybody knows, let me know. I'm not gonna look all over the place right now. Let's see. Smash a bitch. Hey, there's an idea for a shirt. Smash a bitch. There's another idea. Hashtag smash a bitch instead of snatch a bitch. It's like stealing it, but not really stealing it. Which is your favorite Slammiversary? I'm torn between. Dude, I don't even remember what was on 12. I don't even remember what was on last year's. Okay. I thank you for asking that, but I hate it when people ask me that because I never remembered. Oh, yeah. It's just, did you like the one from 2015? I don't remember what the hell was on the card then. I just, I just don't. I'd have to look it all up, but I'm not doing it now. J-Bone, how do you feel about Lance Storm in the addition to Team? Oh. Yeah, I don't know if he's still like under contract or if he's actually gone, because I know that at some point they want to bring back those producers. I don't know if I know he doesn't have a school anymore. I don't know if Lance Storm would entertain that. And I don't know if he's that ECW guy. He did a show, last year, the year before? He made an appearance and was in the ring with John Morrison? Johnny Impact, whatever. Wasn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was. Slammiversary was the best one in TNA history. Okay, that tells me nothing. And 2018 was the best one in Impact history. Thank you. That still tells me nothing. Have Ascension join Crazy Steve? Yes, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. Future stuff on Smash This Podcast merchandise. HD gear. Everyone smile. Bring back HD. I'll have you on sometime. No, I'm not making you gear, but I'll have you on sometime, HD. I love you. If you want gear, start your own podcast and get your own gear. There you go. There's motivation. Do it. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, they have a name, but I forgot what. Oh, okay. No, I don't know. Like I said, on Pro Wrestling Tees, it's FKA. That's all I know. And they have a T-shirt for $20. It's a badass T-shirt. I'm not gonna lie. I'd like a rehash of Lance Storm's Team Canada, except with actual Canadians. Right? There you go. Thunder Rosa. She's NWA Women's Champ. That ain't happening. Unless they have her drop the title and she just Ziggy Dice just took off, dropped his championship. Wasn't he NWA North American champ or something? Dropped the title, left town. Free agent. I was saying to Trent, I'm like, I don't know a lot about him, but I know he's got some kind of retro gimmick. Put him with Swinger. Boom. Dice and Swinger. Dude, that's so much. I don't even know what the hell you call him. But that would be money. What's next for Shojan Jackson and Impact Wrestling? Like to see him face Moose. Oh, it's going to be a long time before that happens. They got to develop him more. He got a contract, but he's still developing, okay? That might be a while. Humble Beast is getting his pad ready for podcast. Kick ass. Tremendous. Thunder Rosa, Sienna, Marty Bell show up at Impact. Tell you what, take Sienna out of that group and I'm good. Take Sienna out of the group because she's just a troublemaker. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't care if she called out someone that isn't even on the roster anymore. She's still trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Not the good kind of trouble, bad kind of trouble. NWA will let people go if they don't believe in their vision. I saw that. That's funny. I was like, believe in their vision? It's like, okay, is that really a thing? Vision. Okay, we're going to get out of here. We're creeping up on 2 hours. I'm exhausted. And now it's just going to get to the point where J-Bone's just drooling on camera. That's not pretty. That's not pretty. It would just be another Mizark to the Swingman Day. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. No joke. It would really be a shame if NWA spent so much time taking shots at Impact throughout the roster and then just shutting down. And everyone goes to Impact Wrestling, right? Corgan, focus on your band. Jiminy Christmas. What year is this? Yeah. See, and that's the thing. You know, Cody and the Bucks and Kenny have a backer. They have a Tony Khan. I said this last year. Corgan doesn't have a Tony Khan. Corgan needs a Tony Khan. Because then you can do whatever the hell you want. You can blow $100 million your first year and not give a shit and just, hey, NWA, boom, laser, pyros, fire, people, blah. But they tried to go more old school, and it's. I was excited about it for about 5 minutes, and then the people on the roster started talking bullshit on social media, and it just really took away from me. And guess what? They're still talking bullshit on social media and on the YouTube channel. It's not a draw. Sorry, NWA, it's not a draw. Ascension is now Big Con and Vic. That's what it is. Thank you. I was close. Thank you. So, all right, that's it. Love you guys for sticking around this long, especially if you did. In and out or whatever. So, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for, we'll bring back the Jacked Up Jukebox. We'll talk some music news. We'll do some music throwback stuff, some retro stuff. Well, I'm not going to lie. Most of it's going to be retro stuff. So if you're my age and you jig the hair metal stuff, stop on by. We're going to talk some LA Guns. We're going to talk some Poison. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I've been trying to figure it out. Looking at the news, I'm just not seeing much. There was some big news recently that I talked about the last few weeks. But besides that, not too much. So, but nonetheless, we'll catch up on stuff in the next few days. We'll do our best to, assuming, we don't have an insane amount of news like we've had the last 24 to 48 hours. That was rough. Oof, that was rough. So yeah, like I said, there is merch down below if you want to support the brand. There's all my links down there for social media. You can find Smash's podcast besides YouTube here, of course, over on Instagram, Facebook, and the Twitter box. You can find me on the Twitter box personally at JBone5150. That's JAYBONE 5150. And we'll see y'all tomorrow and Sunday night over on TNI for the Impact Plus Weekly. Jeez, I'm tired. Later, folks. Have a good one. Take care. Smash that like button. Smash that sub button on your way out.